Play Harvard Law. Okay. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 275, the Thesaurus. Are you using one? And if so, why? That's the big question. If you're using a thesaurus to help add color and depth to your story, cool. Don't use it too much, because then you might find that you're writing outside of your ability. You're writing over your own head and, in a way, creating a story that may not necessarily work. It's important for your story to work. It's important for your story to flow as you see it in your mind. Do you have these words in your mind? And this leads to maybe one or two words a story I'll put in that I don't know in order to learn with my readers. Hey, here's a word. Learn it. They'll get it out of context and get it out of the context, not out of context, completely different actually. So they'll get the definition out of the context and move forward. Learn something, be entertained, move on. So we can entertain as well as educate. Are you using a thesaurus for every word? And I've seen some stories written like that, and they are horrendous to try to read because they don't work. So are you making your manuscript more or less readable by using a very precise word that maybe nobody knows? So yes, it's the right word, but is it the right word for the story? And these are the questions you have to ask yourself as the creator. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it to try to make yourself more smart? Because if that's the reason, don't do it that way, because it doesn't work. What's your target audience read? This is another thing that you've got to look at when you're writing your book. I write for 8th grade reading level. Why? I've got a doctorate. I've got a JD. I'm a lawyer by trade. I can write things that are unreadable. Who and why? Why would you do that? So my target audience, 8th grade, because that's where the vast majority of the readers find the most comfort reading. So, hey, I'm going to write to market. It costs me nothing extra to write at that level, and it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't make me look stupid. Simple words conveyed in a complex manner to deliver a story that entertains as well as educates. How can you beat that? That's what I try to do. I mean, it sounds impressive, right? Lawyer. But that's what I try to do. You don't have to use the 50 Kopeck words in order to make it sound that much more intimidating. What do your readers know? And this is after you've established your readership, maybe running a poll, maybe running a question. Hey, what do you guys like? What stories do you like best? After you've got a few books out there, you can take a look at your reading styles and see which ones resonate best with your readership. Always your readership, come back to. If you don't have a readership, develop a readership for what you're most comfortable writing. If you have to keep looking at a thesaurus to find words that will help you with your story, then it may be a hard journey, crawling through broken glass kind of journey being an author. Write what you're most comfortable with. Write in a way that you're comfortable with, and learn a little grammar and spelling along the way. Help your editor help you, and help yourself move forward. Increase your own education. Learn as you go, and that learning doesn't mean hopping in a thesaurus every 5 minutes. I jump on dictionary.com a lot because I'm like, I think that's the right word. Especially my editor will come back and say, hey, is this the right word? And I'll look and say, hey, maybe it's not. So I'll change it. For writing a sword and sorcery book last year, I went back and I reread a lot of Robert E. Howard. Guess what? It sounded great, but he used the wrong word pretty often. It's like, that's not the right word. I'd look it up. Yeah, no kidding. That's not the right word, but it sounds right in this sentence, in this scene. Great, magical how that happens. Shakespeare, he made up a lot of words, and a lot of words we have in our vocabulary is due to him. He made it up because, hey, there wasn't the right word, so I'm just going to make one up. So this is the learning journey that you get to go on as an author. Can you do something that helps you grow, helps you educate your readers, helps you move forward on a better path? Do a little bit better today than yesterday. You can do that. Thesaurus, dictionary, help yourself. But don't be overwhelming, because if you're learning it, then your readers might be learning it for the first time too. And if you're trying to teach them something on every page, that might convince them to put the book down. Whereas If you just flow through and just one word here and there, they'll remember that one. That's an odd man out, as opposed to every sentence, every page trying to throw in something that they don't know. You don't need to do that. Educate them. Let the words flow. All right. Thesaurus. Don't use it if you don't have to. Peace, fellow humans.